Jacobs with Vivid Epiphany. Welcome back, Carolann. You made a good time. She's an excellent charade player, by the way.
Oh, gosh. For somebody who doesn't ever watch movies, too.
Oh, you're darn good. I mean, and she has a way of, like, just the
Y'all
look.
were the booyah
That's right.
usual suspects, right?
Yeah. Hoorah.
Oh, it's hoorah.
Hoorah.
I
You
put
said
booyah.
Well, you're looking at the wrong part of it. Anyway.
Nice.
Booyah.
I'm sorry. I know. It's in the show.
You know what? I'm not sensitive about that.
But
so
we
there
did
you
that
go.
really bad Uptown Girls last night, so I'm still reeling from that. Anyway, I'm going to just hand it right over to you because it sounds like you got something interesting to talk about. And you're with vividepiphany.com, and of course your information is our website, celebrityuradio.tv. But I'm going to hand it over to you and let you tell the listeners about this wonderful interview you've read and your observations. So Carolann Jacobs with Vivid Epiphany, please take over the mic.
All right. Well, there was a new article today, or this past week, in Newsweek. It was an interview with the CEO of Cisco, and I've been following this guy. The first time I read an article about him was it was over a year ago in Fast Company about how he was wanting to change the culture of Cisco. And it was interesting to me from the standpoint of, we've got a fairly large base of folks who work at Cisco. I think they've got about 10,000 people who work here in Richardson.
Wow.
Yeah. And the other thing that's interesting about what they're doing is that they've always been known as the quote-unquote plumbing of the internet. You don't see a lot of Cisco stuff at home. And now you do, because you see them in set-top boxes, you see them, in your wireless routers, and, they used to be the plumbing of the internet, and now they're doing more customer...
They're doing more B2C.
Exactly. More
We call it
B2C.
business to
Business to
Exactly.
consumer.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so it necessitated a change in their culture in order for them
Wow.
to be successful to do that. I'm just so you know, the CEOs I'm following, I also really like the CEO of Wegmans and that's a grocery chain, kind of like Market Street, I guess. They didn't used to be. I used to go there as a kid with my uncle, but they're more like Market Street now. And something he did last year was they just made a vacation time unlimited. So you don't have 2 weeks, it's not 2 weeks of vacation. He's like, take vacation as you need it. And of course the accounting department had a cow because they were like, well, people are going to take vacation and it's going to be awful. Well, as it turned out, people took the vacation that they needed. They became more productive. They like working there. So, and that's the other thing is by creating an inspired place to work, what he did is make it place people love to work, and so they don't need to vacation from it.
Oh, that's it. That would be nice.
So
they're vacationing at work.
Yes.
No, it's kidding.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't quite the result.
So I could put a
nap room.
hammock in my cubicle.
A nap room. And
A nap room.
Right. So, close near and dear to my heart, creating places and corporations where people actually want to do their best work.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So the question that you see, I've highlighted a bunch of the answer here, was how are you a different CEO today than you were in 1995 when you first moved into the corner office? I think that's an important thing to ask because I'm not sure a lot of CEOs have changed their approach all that much, and we're training our leadership up for 20 years ago. So what he said was that when he started in 1995, he started with vision and strategy of the company, development and recruitment of the team to implement that vision and strategy, and the need to communicate all of the above. Well, we've heard that before in a lot of corporate speak. Yes, have the vision, and I'm a firm believer in that, and right people, right seats on the right bus. Thank you, Jim Collins, from Good to Great. But what he realized was missing was that piece about culture. So great companies have very great and strong cultures. Huge part of the leadership role is to drive the culture of a company and to reinforce that. We think about Southwest. Southwest is a fun place to fly. People, they look like they're having a good time, and they want you to have a good time while you're with them.
They are. I thought they were having a great time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I was on the flight.
Could be.
Looney
Everybody
was
has a
there.
good time with you. I bet you, along with the Southwest people,
We could really shake up that culture.
that's right. Whereas, on you fly
American.
Delta,
Yeah.
and it's like, And please put your seatbelt on. And if you don't know how to operate the seatbelt, and at this point it's like, really?
A little more rigid.
Yeah, a little more rigid. I was thinking, corn cob in a place the sun doesn't shine was kind of what came up to me. Kathy Hines has left the room, so somebody had to be inappropriate here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So, he brings up a great point of about 80 or 90% of the work now is about how they work together. It's about being collaborative. And to my point, I don't see how you're collaborative with people that you don't like. I don't see how you're collaborative with people you don't trust.
Or people that haven't rested.
Yeah.
Like taking a vacation.
Yeah. People
Talking
who
about
are overly
irritability.
stressed or mean.
Yeah, overly stressed, yeah.
So that's one of the things that they're doing, and they're doing it in a really neat way about encouraging teamwork, and they're doing cross-functional type teams. Well, we've heard that's a nice little buzzword for corporate too now, isn't it? But what they're doing is that they're moving department heads around, and they're trying to make it more of a free flow of information culture and rewarding the positive behavior. And the other thing I really liked about this is he talks about bullying.
I thought that was only in middle school.
Yeah. Well, apparently we raise people up to be bullies in corporate too. And like we said, he says, I've never raised my voice in 20 years at Cisco, ever. He says, it doesn't mean we don't have direct conversations, but they don't scream at each other. And I think that again, how do you have a collaborative environment that you're afraid if you say something that's going to make someone angry that they're going to yell at you? No one likes to be yelled at, and we can all pretend like, well, we're big, mature people, and we're not going to take that personally. Please.
Right. And
You get screamed at, you're going to take it personally.
I like the manager.